Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Thomas. Tonight we're back here with Death Battle. And tonight, well, hope you're ready for a slugfest. Because we got the kicking chef Sanji Feathersmoke against, well, my guy's apprentice, Rock Lee. Yeah, these two. This is going to be an interesting battle. I mean, seriously, we got One Piece versus Naruto. You don't really see that happening. So, how will we just hop in and see who wins this fight? Sanji or Rock Lee? Let's find out. Be sure to like, subscribe for more. Be sure to share with your friends. Let's go. And let's begin.
There are so many heroes with crazy, over-the-top superpowers, but there's one class of character everyone respects.
The master of the martial arts.
Like Sanji, the sous chef of the Straw Hat Pirates searching for the One Piece.
And Rock Lee, the hard-working ninja warrior from the village of Naruto.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Hey, let's start it off with...
Somewhere in the vast ocean is a seafaring
Sanji.
land of science. The Kingdom of Germa.
When the King
I think
of
it was
Germs
like
decided
Germany,
to
right?
churn out some kids, he got an awesome idea.
Yeah,
How
this is
about
definitely
you
Germany.
make his kids into killer, emotionless super soldiers? What could go wrong?
He forced his queen
probably.
to undergo surgery that would enhance their children during pregnancy.
Yeah, she wasn't much of a fan.
So she took a drug meant to counteract the effects to hopefully ensure that at least one of her children was, emotionally stable.
Normally.
A surprisingly low bar to aim for, but hey, good for her. And she pulled it off.
While most of her children were violent sociopaths,
One,
one
two,
showed
four,
no
and five, I
signs of
think.
their shared superhuman genetics. This
Sanji.
is Sanji.
Oh, the poor
Sanji
kid didn't have a
Feathersmoke.
great childhood. I mean, he was surrounded by
Yeah.
actual superhuman bullies. But he found peace in cooking for his mom. Well, until she died, and then he was thrown in a dungeon. Look, I told you his childhood sucked.
Shimmy.
Fortunately, Sanji eventually escaped thanks to some help
Renji,
from his
thank you.
sister, who I guess was slightly less of a sociopath, and made his way across the sea as a cook. Until he was shipwrecked and left marooned.
Poor guy
Whoops.
just can't catch a break. But
I mean, true. I mean, your dad experiments on your mom to make you a super soldier. Your kids or your siblings bully you, and now you're stuck on a deserted island. Boy, God must hate you. But, eesh. By the way, I think each of the children are actually named after the number on their jackets. Ichi, Ninji, Sanji, Yonji, Renji. I think 5's Ren, right? I don't know. I don't think Goji would work. I think they just went with Retsu, or what's the girl's name? I'll look it up later, but they always usually base it on like the number. Anyway, here comes Redleg.
Sanji found a new daddy in the form of Pirate Redleg Zeph, who trained him in his own martial art,
Yeah,
Black
cook
Leg
part.
style. Wait, shouldn't that be Red Leg style? I'm confused.
Well,
It's an
more
art that
his,
focuses
like, clothes.
exclusively on kicks, which worked out swimmingly for Sanji.
No.
Yeah, because they
Puns are
gotta
my
protect their
job.
hands,
I don't
because,
need you
that's how they make
pirating that
food.
from me.
As a chef, Sanji firmly believes his hands have no place in a fight. To him, they should be kept as
No sullying
pristine
his
as
hands.
possible for cooking, which is frankly wonderful etiquette. Even if his own life is in serious danger, he will not break this self-imposed rule.
You gotta hand it to
hitting
him.
a lady,
Black Leg is like
trust
taking
me.
capoeira, taekwondo, and every other martial art with high-flying footwork and mixing them all up like a stew. And just like a tasty dish, he named his attacks after a
Concassette.
bunch of French words, which I definitely cannot pronounce.
Though the most important to recognize is Diable Jambe, also known as the Devil Leg. By moving at incredibly high speeds, Sanji builds up friction between the air and his leg until it literally catches on fire. To do so, he'd have to be moving his legs over 11,000 meters per second.
Yeah, and that move's pretty lit. Clearly, Sanji's super fast. He's quick enough to keep up with the pirate captain Luffy, who
Luffy and
effortlessly
Jinbei.
dodged laser beams from a robot man bear guy. It's a long story.
That's One Piece in a nutshell. A very, very long story.
Sanji's got plenty of other skills. He can kick your face so hard it makes you as handsome as that devil George Clooney. Oh, brother. Then he can start blasting and Danny DeVito you back to normal with another.
And with the skywalk technique, he can literally walk on air by, listen to this, flicking his heels so quickly he creates dozens of miniature sonic booms beneath his feet.
Yeah.
That is insane.
Note to self,
Yeah.
never skip
Some of
leg
these are
day. In
physics
fact,
based,
forget
some
the
are
other
based
days.
on, like,
All
the
days
devil
are now
fruit.
leg
You'd be
days.
surprised.
Sanji eventually found a true family as a chef for the Straw Hat Pirates. With them at his side,
has that
he
effect
began a
on
hunt
people.
for the All Blue, a mythical location where every ocean in the world connects and all manner of sea life exists. A perfect spot for a chef of the sea.
But just like all of us, he had to deal with his first and much crazier family at some point. And when he did,
Yeah.
he got an upgrade.
This is the Raid Suit, a miraculous outfit with hover boots, invisibility, air boosters for increased kicking power.
And a snazzy cape.
Conveniently, the suit is stored in an easy-to-carry canister that can be opened for a magical girl transformation, like so. Oh, is this beer?
Wait a minute. If that's my beer, what am I
What did you
drinking?
drink? Ugh.
I'm gonna either need to go to the bathroom or the hospital.
While Sanji may not
Hospital,
possess the
wow.
superhuman ability of his siblings, he has learned something similar yet entirely different. Hockey.
Gesundheit. This power
No,
lets
it's
people
literally
push
called
their
hockey.
body to new limits in a bunch of different ways. Like with armament hockey, he can make himself hard.
Yeah.
Specifically to
More
strengthen his
bulletproof.
limbs for ironclad defense and stronger attacks. However, Sanji's own speciality is Kenbunshoku, or observation hockey. With this, Sanji can detect the presence of others, including through walls. He can even predict future events, at least to some extent.
And hanging with the Straw Hats let him push his abilities to the limit. He's strong enough to keep up with the likes of Zoro, one of the deadliest
even without-
swordsmen in the
even
freaking
without
world.
sword.
And he could battle the marine Fujitora, who could summon meteors from the sky, the largest of which, when compared to the island of Dressrosa, appears to have a diameter of over 780 meters, and thus a kinetic energy of over 12 gigatons of TNT.
So, like, he fought a guy who could basically blow up a whole island in a snap,
oven,
and then
Typhoon
some.
and King.
Let me know the next time you find a cook who can pull that off.
He has
No
his
kidding.
fair share of weaknesses, though. Sanji
Like I
sees
said,
himself as a gentleman
no
and thus
kicking women.
refuses to fight a lady at any cost, even his own life.
And, he's absolutely terrified of drag queens. That didn't age well.
But
More
even with the
pervert.
setbacks and a horrifying childhood, Sanji is a man of the moment, an adventurer with a goal. One day he will surely discover the All Blue, and whatever else comes after that.
I was
Thanks for
looking
the light.
for a light. Appreciate it.
Man, and you thought Zoro was nuts. Sanji's even nutser, I think. Oof. Still. To be fair, he does fall over, but I mean, still. If you can compete with Zoro, yeah, you know you're tough. Especially able to just kick Luffy in the face. Yeah. Trust me. While most people just don't even phase Luffy, he can. And that was before hockey, so there was some latent potential in there too. Which, yeah, it's kind of surprising. Like, okay, let me put into context. Like, if you watch, like, the beginning of the series and not know about hockey, you would think, wait a minute, why is Luffy selling for Nami and Sanji, right? Well, as it turns out later, that's because of the hockey potential, you know? I think it's more like an unconscious bringing it out to, you know, considering they're mostly doing it out of anger, so yeah. You pretty much tell they were using it. Actually, I think most of them are. So I think, Usopp, I think more observation, because, well, I think it's just mostly the big three. You know, or maybe the people who came. Let's see, there's Luffy, Zoro, I think Nami, considering, you know, the whole. Yeah. I think she can. I don't think she's going to, but I wouldn't be surprised if she could use armament hockey. I mean, like you said, pretty much can hurt Luffy. Like, the only thing we've seen him do it is Sanji, Zoro, and Garp. You know, the punch of love thing. Anyway, so, out of One Piece aside, Sanji's got some skills. Let's see if Rock Lee can match up. Here we go.
Konoha,
Welcome to
the
Konoha.
village hidden in the leaves, is a land of phenomenal ninja.
From Naruto to Sasuke to Kakashi, we've seen them show off their awesome talent on Death Battle before.
But one ninja student sought to prove that talent wasn't naturally born. That talent could be achieved through nothing
Through
but
hard
hard
work.
work. This is Rock Lee.
Rock Lee.
At first, Bull Cut's path to being a ninja was anything but promising. See, the best ninja can use all sorts of ninja magic called ninjutsu or genjutsu, but not Rocky over here.
Essentially, Lee was born with a disability, unable to access the living chakra energies within his body the same way his peers could. But while this certainly made things difficult for him, he continued to train, pushing himself to become a splendid ninja.
Too bad he got paired up with Neji, who might as well have the word prodigy stamped on his forehead. Hello, irony.
With no real family to speak of, Lee had no one to guide him on his difficult path. Fortunately, he found inspiration in the form of a fellow bowl-cut individual.
Might Guy, a man who is simultaneously incredibly cool and incredibly weird.
Guy saw Lee's potential and trained him to master the art of Taijutsu, a ninja's physical prowess using chakra, body, and mind.
So he's not gonna be shooting fireballs or popping up clones of himself like the other guys, but he's gonna learn how to punch harder than anyone. Actually, that's exactly the point of his martial art. Strong Fist, a style that's all about shattering bones.
Not just any ninja can master the form of Strong Fist. In the hands of a novice, it's a dangerous technique. One wrong move and you could accidentally break your own limbs.
But Lee quickly got the hang of it and even learned some awesome moves, like this killer Azuma drop on steroids, the Primary Lotus.
A technique so useful that many other ninja tried to copy it for themselves.
What a bunch of cheaters.
He's
also got this potion, and if he drinks it, he goes into a super zen state that makes him basically invincible.
Incorrect as usual, Boomstick.
Thank you.
Was due to American censorship.
Right, it wasn't a potion, it was sake. Somehow, Lee's susceptibility to alcohol turns him into an instant expert in the Drunken Fist, based on an actual martial art.
You know, Wiz, I've always wanted to try that style myself, and I'm not gonna lie, I've had a few. Watch this!
Correction.
That's
real drunken boxers only emulate the movements of the inebriated. They're not actually. Ow!
Wow, he actually worked it.
Piece of cake. Anyway,
I think that was more concussion fist than drunken fist. So, yeah. I mean, if you've seen Legends of the Drunken Master, you know what's up. Yeah, I think it's like one swig, he's like, here come! You know, that. Yeesh. Which, I think Sanji's been able to deal with drunk opponents. He should be fine. Anyway, here come the 8 gates.
Anyway, when Rocky Road isn't totally sloshed, he's got one more ace up his sleeve. The 8 gates.
In the world of Naruto, 8 metaphorical gates exist within the human body, inspired by real-world Buddhist teachings of opening one's self to achieve enlightenment.
But in Lee's case, it's opening a can of whoop-ass.
Think of it like that horrible myth about humans using only one small part of their brain. Each open gate increases Lee's abilities in some way. For example, the first gate allows Lee to utilize 100% of his body's potential by removing inherent mental and physical inhibitions. The third gate lets him expend enough chakra all at once to perform his signature technique, the Hidden Lotus.
The first few gates are pretty chill, even if they do wear him out. Thing is, the more gates you open, the more dangerous it gets. But Lee wasn't afraid.
By the age of 13, he could unlock 5 of the 8 gates.
More than enough to keep up with the likes of Neji and honorary Green Day member Gaara. He's almost as quick as Naruto, who's dodged light speed attacks. And when he opened the 6th gate, he used it to slice up a giant meteor.
Comparing the scale of the meteor to Konoha's mountainside, and assuming Lee contributed his fair share to this group task, he must have produced a force equal to about 230 megatons of TNT.
The average nuclear bomb has a yield of about 5 megatons, so getting hit by 6-gate Lee is like having 50 nukes exploding in your face.
Now, Lee has admittedly never used the last 2 gates. However, there are multiple claims that he's mastered them by adulthood. And frankly, as the successor to Might Guy, who did unlock all 8 gates, Lee should be comparable.
Guy could make a blast the size of an island with the 7th gate. With the 8th, he could go head-to-head with the ultimate big bad, Madara. This creep was packing more power than when Naruto's chakra blew a hole through the moon. A 400 petaton explosion. That's way bigger than 50 nukes. Hell, the 8th gate can bend the fabric of space.
Just one small problem. Opening the 8th gate puts an immense toll on the body. The moment you open it,
Isn't that
you've
more like
essentially
a
guaranteed your
Master?
own death.
Yeah, but who cares as long as you take your foe with you.
Under Guy's training and with the help of his friends, Lee has shown that he is indeed a splendid ninja. Though he never quite got the chance to prove himself against Neji.
Well, according to the wisdom of Gammy Boomstick, one's dead and the other isn't, so I think I know who won.
Tact, Boomstick. Now the villager's
tact, dude.
expert instructor in Taijutsu, and with a kid of his very own, it seems Rock Lee's hard work truly did pay off in the end.
To protect and maintain one's own ninja way.
The third gate! Gate of life, open!
I mean, you could see this could be a tough fight for, you know, Sanji, but I don't know. I feel like he's got this. And again, this is pretty much assuming, hard to say. Can't really think. I don't think Rock ever beat my guy in a fight. And again, this is kind of an assumed mastery because actually, how do you even know you mastered all the gates? Like you said, once you open the 8th gate, you're pretty much dead. Right? I don't know. Just saying. Seems kind of out there, if you ask me. Alright, well, time for this fight. So let's see who wins. The Black-Legged Chef or the Taijutsu King of Konoha? Let's find out. Here we go. Enjoy your meal.
I refuse to eat this. It's far too mild. Lacking in the
Mild?
fiery youth of true spicy curry.
Mild.
What, you want goat
Perfectly
peppers in there?
balanced curry around.
Oh, yeah, never assault Sanji's cooking.
I see your fighting skills match your skill in cooking.
Don't send yet. Come on. Next. Oh, and here comes Trunk.
Show your chef some respect.
Good luck. Damn. Oh,
Respect?
yep.
I'm a paying customer. And
Didn't pay
that
for
curry
anything.
was awful.
Ooh.
Don't you like that? Look at me like that.
Oh boy. Sanji's on the back foot now. Whoa. And I'll wake him up. I don't know what will.
Eaters are the worst.
Amen.
Why is
there?
everything so loud? Fifth gate, open!
Uh-oh.
Ah!
Whoa.
Sixth gate of view, open! Seventh gate of wonder, open! Hidden light!
Hey, I need that. Yoink. Hello.
Wheel.
Oh, there we go. Here comes a barrage of the antimatter. That's a bleed. Okay. Up. Ow. You good?
I am the youthful beast of Konoha. I will never give up. Eighth gate of death, open!
Oh, I guess this is. Yep. Eighth form. Here we go. Oh, there's a leg.
Concasse!
From the head.
Since you wouldn't finish your food, I'm making you cough up whatever you've already eaten. Antimatter!
Oh, right down the middle.
Looks like mild
Fight
suited
the
the
dust.
best. My dish was too spicy for you.
And the Smoke Legacy continues.
I guess
Yeah,
Lee
he
can
said.
finally have that bout with Neji now.
Given Lee's years of experience and the power of the 8 gates, he definitely kept Sanji on his toes.
But Sanji was no slouch himself, and like Lee, has trained all of his
Like that
life.
raid
With his
suit.
speed and observation hockey, he handled even the unpredictable Drunken Fist.
And while the 7th gate meant Lee could probably blow up an island, that's not as big as the
Probably.
meteors the Straw Hats could handle.
Simply put, Lee had only one somewhat reliable method of a possible
Yeah,
victory.
keyword
the
somewhat.
8th gate. A suicide move he's never actually used before. Not really the best argument for a win on its own.
But gate number 8 could take on Madara. Sanji's tough, yeah, but he's definitely not on that guy's level. A couple big hits from the 8th gate and Sanji's nothing but paste, so what gives?
Well, Lee would have to hit him first. While Sanji's power may not compare to the 8th gate, his speed
only
is
barely
far
dodged
beyond.
light speed.
Recall
See?
when his fellow rubber rabble-rouser Luffy
Who he can,
very
you know,
patiently waited for a light speed laser to reach him
See?
before dodging it. To pull this off, Luffy would have had to move 13 times faster than light.
Yeah, lots faster
Sanji
than
can
Neji.
regularly keep
Or
up with
Sanji, sorry.
Luffy, and this was before he
Wait,
even got his
what are we
super
doing?
fast raid suit.
Don't get us wrong, the power of the 8th gate is
Remember,
incredible.
the
If we were to
One
run
Piece
this fight
pirates are
100
still
more
getting
rounds,
stronger,
Lee would
you know?
surely land a winning blow with it a few times.
But more often than not, Sanji's speed is pulling this one off.
Given his speed, raid suit, observation hockey, and his fiery footwork, Sanji had everything he
armor.
needed to outlast
Bushido.
Lee's youthful determination for a victory.
Guess you could say he had a leg up on Rock Lee, hand over fist. Or I guess foot over fist, but you get it.
The winner is
It's
Sanji.
And there's a win for the Straw Hat Pirates. Sanji takes the win over Rock Lee. Oof. Yeah, I mean, normally you worry about him not being able to use his fist, considering, you know, Black Leg doesn't use that. But really goes to show you, didn't matter. Still faster, still stronger, possibly. I mean, hey, Lee couldn't even hit Sanji sometimes, you know, since, you know, Bushido Hockey pretty much just dodge it easily. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that one. Let me know what you guys think of the fight. And until next time, like, subscribe for more. Good night.